Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Kaplan here, and in today's assembly we're going to be talking about Safer Internet Day 2024. And the theme of this year's Safer Internet Day is all about when things online change and what we can do about it and how it might make us feel. But before we think about that, I want you to think about, what do you think Safer Internet Day might be about? Pause the video and have a chat. Now, before we have a chat about what you think Safer Internet Day might be about, I have to warn you, you might hear some very strange noises in the background of this video. That's because I'm filming this assembly at home and I have three crazy kittens who are having a mad half an hour before bedtime. So if you hear any noises, try to ignore them because that's what they are. So let's get back to Safer Internet Day. Safer Internet Day is held every February all around the world. Last year, over 170 different countries celebrated the day. Safer Internet Day is a chance to think about any worries we might have about using technology and the internet. But it's also about celebrating all the fantastic things technology can help us with. Last year, over half of the children in the UK heard about or joined in with Safer Internet Day, including all of you here at Earlham Primary School. Can you remember what we did to celebrate? Can you remember my last assembly? Have a chat, see if you can remember anything. Safer Internet Day is held in February, like I said, but it's not just schools who join in with this day. Lots of other people get involved too, including the government, lots of charities, sports clubs, the police, and even the companies who make your favourite apps and games. And by joining in this assembly, you're joining thousands of others in celebrating the day. So if you have a chat with some of your friends who go to other schools, you'll probably find that they celebrated the day as well. Now, we want this year's Safer Internet Day to be the biggest and best celebration yet. And it's so important to recognise all the exciting and amazing things we can do online. Maybe you like to play games or chat with your friends. Maybe you'll use the internet to learn new things. Or maybe you love watching videos. What's your favourite thing to do online? Pause the video, have a chat, maybe even do a survey. So, hopefully, you've talked about all the fabulous things that you love to do online. But today we're thinking about changes online. And things online look very different now than they did a few years ago. When I went to school, we had one computer that would be wheeled into the classroom on a trolley, and it didn't look like the ones we have now. And it certainly didn't go on the internet. That was completely a new thing when I went to secondary school. So when I was 11, was just starting then that we were using the internet in school. So let's have a look. Computers used to all look like this. We didn't have laptops like we have now and Chromebooks. Phones looked more like this. You'd play music on one of these. Watches told us the time and the date, but not much else. They certainly didn't tell us how many hours sleep we'd had and how many steps we'd taken. And gaming was a bit different too. I know that some of you might have some of these in your houses still, because lots of these old things, like the record players, are coming back. Now, as I said, we're talking about changes. And there are lots of smaller changes that happen online and are in devices every day. And some of them we're not always sure about. Can you think of any changes that might happen when you're online? Pause the video and have a chat. You might have said that some settings change on your game. You might have said that you get pop-ups on your screen sometimes. You might have said that a character looks different or changes their appearance. You might have said that a video you're watching suddenly changes. And sometimes changes can make us feel a whole range of different emotions. We might feel excited, curious, nervous, worried, or scared. Some changes online can be great, but some changes that you or your friends have seen might make you have some negative feelings. Pause the video now and have a chat about any changes that you've seen online and how they made you feel. So, how can you stay safe even when things change online? It's important that everyone feels safe when they go online, but how can you stay safe? Have a think about what you would do or how you can stay safe online when things change or look different. Pause the video now. I'm hoping that you might have said some things like, talk to a trusted adult. Ask them before you download anything new. Tell somebody about the things you see online, especially if you're worried or upset. Turn your device off, over, or pause it. You don't need to keep watching something that's upsetting you. And ask an adult to show you where the block and report button is and for help how to use it. You could ask any of your teachers or me if you're not sure. So, who are the trusted adults that you can talk to about things online? Pause the video, make a list. Hopefully you might have said some of these. Parents or carers, grandparents, auntie or uncle, a sports club leader, or even your very own teacher and teaching assistants. As you know, everyone at Earlham Primary School wants to work hard to make you feel safe and happy. So if you have any problems, you can speak to anyone. What everybody will try to do is give you some advice and help you solve the problem. Sometimes they might have to come and speak to one of the safeguarding team, Mrs. Darwin, myself, Mrs. Power, Mrs. Hyam, Mrs. Free and Mrs. Boardman, to get some extra advice, just to make sure that you feel safe and happy. Now, I'd like to finish with the Safer Internet Day poem. Maybe you could join in. Going online can be so much fun. You can play and chat and find out. But when things change and you feel unsure, that's when it's time to shout. Something has changed and I need some help. What's happening doesn't feel good. Things will get better when a trusted adult knows and your feelings have been understood. So, happy Safer Internet Day, everyone. And hopefully now you'll know a little bit more what to do when you see something on the internet that's changed. But change isn't a bad thing. I've asked your teachers to do a little bit of work with you on one of the biggest changes that we're seeing online at the moment, and that's all to do with AI. Now, what's AI, I hear you ask? Well, you'll be finding out very soon. See you soon, and at least the kittens weren't very naughty.